Welcome to Spoiler Alert, where we talk about and spoil the shows you're obsessed with. This week, our good friend Yvette Nicole Brown from Community is here to talk about a surprisingly emotional revenge, a steamy hookup on Scandal, another game-changing Homeland.
It reeks, you know.
My confusion?
Your bullshit.
And Good Wife's big Kalinda clunker. Yvette, welcome.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me back.
Before we get to Community, let's talk about our favorite TV obsessions of the moment, Good Wife.
Good Wife.
Okay, you know I love the show.
I do love the show. I want to say that because it might get rough in a minute, but I do love the show. I love the show.
The Kalinda storyline with her husband is not working.
Let me tell you something. The best cliffhanger ever is her getting that apartment ready, sitting in that Easy Boy recliner. I don't know if it was recliner, whatever. Sitting there with that gun ready for him to come. Something was about to happen. He comes and it's like, does she love him? Does she hate him? She's afraid of him. She's not afraid of him.
It's repetitive. It's, you know, push, pull, love, hate, this whole thing.
It's not going anywhere.
It's not.
It's totally under the category of be careful what you wish for, because for seasons we were like, wow, what's Kalinda's mysterious backstory with the husband and this guy and everything? Well, now we're getting it, and we're just getting tons of it.
I no longer buy that she was scared enough to be sitting there with a gun. If she can handle him that easily, unless he's mellowed out in a way she didn't anticipate.
And there's no tie-in to the rest of the show. Like,
none.
It's almost like, and I mentioned this on the site, that it's like they have their own spin-off within a show.
And in fact, it's hurting her story with the law firm because you saw where like Will was angry a couple weeks ago
Like,
because
where have you been?
Yeah,
And
she's not doing her job. She's not super Kalinda anymore because she's so distracted by
and
this
I don't
mess.
understand. Why does she not want him at the law firm? Like, he's not dangerous.
I think there's been enough negative feedback about the storyline that, you know, when they're able to course correct, or maybe they'll sort of just end it quickly.
Well, here's my theory on the whole Kalinda thing, and this will probably provide a nice segue, and I'm all about the segues. I think it's obviously because revenge is now opposite them in the time slot. We need a really prurient, just blatantly sexy B story.
I don't buy that.
She was that character anyway. I liked imagining what Kalinda was doing more than seeing what Kalinda was doing. I like her coming in like, where did she just come from?
Revenge. Emily has tear ducts. She cried this week. She had an emotional breakdown.
She cried.
It's okay.
But the question remains,
We only have a few more minutes alone.
did her mother really try to kill her, as Victoria said? We saw the flashback, dunking her under the water.
I kind of feel like whatever Victoria says, it's actually the opposite. I really do. Like, if she says your mother, she tried to save her. It has to be that, because I don't trust her.
But there was something darkly awesome about the fact that the mother, if it's true, tried to kill her.
It kind of reminds me of Alias. Remember Alias back in the
Totally
day?
Alias. Speaking of Alias,
same.
we're concerned about, explain the initiative to us.
Yes.
Are they the good guys or the bad guys? Are they for her? Are they against? I don't know.
They need to make sure the conspiracy does not get too big.
And this is the thing. This season of Revenge is feeling like Alias. Now I'm torn because I loved Alias, so I'm like, I'll take the ride. I'm one of those people that wasn't upset with the lost ending. Like, take me on the ride. You end your show how you want to, so I'll take the ride. But I don't know what's happening. I can't.
You're watching like a really good frothy storyline with, you know, baby Emily getting dunked, or, you know, the, what's her name, taking a digger over the railing, you know, while pregnant and stuff. And then it just screeches to a halt when Jack shows up with his My Bar is in Trouble storyline.
I know. They don't really know what to do with the Declan and Jack.
I think they kind of killed, for me, they killed the Jack storyline for me. I would have preferred if the baby was not Jack's. I'm like a romantic, and I feel like a baby should be with his mom and his dad. So if he is the father, I can't root for real Amanda to be with him anymore. I can't do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it's like, for me, when that happened, I was like, well, there's my love story in the show gone.
Are you rooting for Nolan and this girl? Because I'm not buying that he has a straight bone in his body.
No, I do think he's bi. I really do.
Yeah.
I just think women were years ago, and he's finally maybe moving in that direction to be totally gay.
Now he's a big setback here?
I mean, depending on who you ask, possibly. I don't know.
Can we try that again?
I think we should.
I'm digging the Padma thing. I'll allow it.
I like her and I will allow it. I just don't know why ABC created this wonderful character that's obviously, I thought, gay. And now this season, he seems like, I don't know, it just seems like if you just tuned in this season, you wouldn't know that he was supposed to be a gay character. I don't think.
From a cultural perspective, and spoiler alert is, if anything, a look at cultural issues, wouldn't it be nice to have a genuine bisexual character on TV instead
It might
of
be a
another gay
first,
one?
but my thing is, I'm more concerned with his demeanor changing because he's now...
He's a little less crafty, he's a little less slimy.
He's not like, hey, he's not that anymore. And I'm not saying that that's indicative of being gay.
They're humanizing him, and we saw that in this past episode.
They're pulling him back from what was lovely about him, I thought. And if they're doing that because they want him to be with this girl now, it just feels weird to me.
I think they're humanizing him because they're now opposite the Good Wife. No, I'm just kidding.
Go back.
I'm just kidding.
Homeland.
Yes.
Every episode feels like a game changer.
Do I want to be friends with a demented ex-soldier who hates America?
I can't believe that they showed her realizing that she was right. What was it, second episode?
I would try to.
Responsible for atrocities that
But I think it was because the pacing of the first season was so like this that when now they're like, bleh! So I think it just feels
And you haven't
awkward.
seen the third episode.
I have not.
Can we tell you what happens?
I liked you, Carrie.
I loved you.
Tell her.
Yes.
I have to tell you what happens.
Okay, so what happens?
So
No!
the episode
You can't-
the episode ends with them arresting him.
If only the circumstances had been wildly different.
End of episode. End of season. End of
Are you?
show.
I can't tell if you're kidding or not. Are you?
No, I swear to
it's
God,
for
it
real,
happened.
yeah.
How are they gonna get out of that?
Well, here's my theory. We're all talking about how every episode is a game changer,
Yes.
but that's based on the assumption that the show is about this terrorist
Them against each
and
other.
the girl
Right.
chasing him.
Right.
Maybe the show is actually a love story. Maybe really when we get into it, it's going to be these two people who are actually on the same side eventually, falling in love and balancing.
Let me
that.
say this again, because I told you I root for families. I was a little bothered by the subplot of them going to the woods and having a little ta-ta-ta last season, you know? So that made me not want to root for them as a couple because he's possibly a terrorist, first of all. That's enough not to root for. But then he's leaving his family and having a ta-ta-ta with this girl.
Wait until next week's episode. I defy you not to root for them. You're talking about this 15-minute scene.
Well, I wouldn't go so far as to say this show is actually a love story, but there were scenes this past week and there's scenes this coming week.
Next week,
which
yeah.
suggest that the love story is really a strong
What they're going for.
There's a 15-minute scene,
Okay.
15 uninterrupted minutes.
Of just the two of them?
Of just the two of them.
Okay, I don't know if I want to hear anymore. I know it's
And
called
it's
spoiler
just-
alert,
it's
but
just
I really
fantastic.
getting
It's like an
close
acting
to
class.
What I don't want to know.
Well, let's switch topics then.
Yes.
Scandal.
Scandal!
Steamy hookup.
Fitzlivia or Popus? I'm trying to make Popus
I like
happen.
Popus. I want Popus to happen. That's
Yeah,
nice. I like
no
Popus.
one's on board with that.
Look, now I'm going to do a Romney and flip-flop on everything I just said. I actually am rooting for the two of them. I just said I don't want people to be together that
Mixed
aren't married.
messages,
I know.
Yvette Nicole Brown.
I'm a etch-a-sketcher here.
It's a tough
It's the red.
line
It's
to
making
toe
me
on
feel
that show.
etch-a-sketch. When they were by the tree, right? The thing is happening at the tree. The passionate kiss. Those two have chemistry.
Oh, yeah.
Is he single? I know she's single. Is he single? I want that to happen. But anyway, moving on. In real life, I want that to happen. But beyond that, the Secret Service people turned.
Right.
Like no
Politely.
comment.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that. I would have loved for one of them to go, Mr. President. You know, or something like POTUS.
They can't interrupt that.
That show is
So,
such a tough balancing act because, like you say, we do kind of want to root for the president and Olivia, but they kind of
about
have to.
Millie?
They can't
Let's talk
totally
about-
throw Melly under the bus.
I like Millie. I think Millie's delusional because Millie said, I could be the president. I'll have a hell of a second act.
Yeah.
And I loved the speech, but I'm like, Millie, you're not going to be president. Millie, come on now, Millie.
America's baby.
Have the baby. Have America's baby.
When is your awesome show coming back on the air?
Oh my goodness, I have no idea.
I kind of feel like it's a good thing they decided not to premiere it on Friday night, which we all knew the show would get clobbered.
I think Thursday is a cage match. I was so happy to be off Thursday. I didn't know what to do because it's such a hard time slot. When a show like 30 Rock can't get traction on Thursday, something is
Yeah, you're
terribly
against
wrong.
Big Bang Theory, you're against American Idol
You're
at
against
mid-season, X
everything.
Factor.
It's like every big thing is on Thursday night. So Friday, I was
You're
finally
against
on
no
board.
one watching television.
Nah, hear this. I was on board for Friday because my thought is our viewers time shift anyway.
Yeah.
So whether they time shift us and watch us from Friday on Saturday or watch us from Thursday on Saturday, it doesn't matter. So my thought was they'll tune in. Whatever we get will be more than whatever that time slot got before.
Right, 'cause you have to figure that
I was seeing
expectations are low.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
expectations are low. We could have wrote it out maybe 2 or 3 more seasons on Friday. They have to program something.
But it's not happening, so let it go.
I know. That Friday.
But I'm hearing Thursday
one that got
replacing
away.
30 Rock at mid-season.
Really?
Because 30
That's the
Rock's only
buzz.
13 episodes.
They're only
and then it's
13
done.
episodes, so they're going
Right.
to have a hole to fill.
The problem, though, is then they're premiering it like February, and you have a hell of a Halloween episode, right?
We're okay with that. Like our whole
Yeah.
October 19th video that it's in your heart and in your mind. Halloween will be in your heart and your mind. You know what I mean?
Whenever a stranger reaches out his hand to another stranger and says, "Hello, brother."
Oh, that's October 19th?
We'll just have, we'll have Halloween at Valentine's Day.
What's
talk
so
about-
special about the Halloween episode?
I love my costume. I can't say what it is. Mine was one that was not released, but my costume is a childhood dream come true.
Yeah.
And I love that that's the first time I get to work with Donald Glover. So Troy
Really?
and Shirley actually have a storyline. And we've had a couple now. We've done 8 or 9 episodes. And I think I've worked with them 2 or 3 times. So my wish for that finally came true. But the Halloween episode is the first time I worked with Donald.
And the quality of the episodes without Dan there, have you seen a shift? Is it the same show?
It's so hard because it feels like the same show while we're shooting it because it's the same crew, it's mostly the same writers, and we're all the same and we're all giving the same amount of love and care to our characters. Dan Harmon is a genius and he created this show. So for me to say it's exactly the same show would not be fair to him or to the fans that are going to watch. It doesn't have his heart, but I think it still has heart. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it still has the same love and the same quirkiness and the same weirdness. And I hope that we're cobbling it together in a way that the fans will go, okay, this is still Community. I believe that that's true.
Can you sing Loud a Guest Star before we go?
Malcolm McDowell. How's that for a guest star? That's a great guest star. Giancarlo Esposito returns again. I'm still hoping that Malcolm gets to come back. He's finished his show on BET, and we might be able to snatch him for 1 or 2 before it's all done. But that's a pipe dream. I'm just hoping.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Yvette, thank you for dropping
Thank
by.
you
Always
for
a pleasure
having
talking
me.
TV with you.
Love talking to you guys.
We're gonna make small talk now while the credits
Okay,
roll.
let's pretend that we're talking about something really great. You look really handsome. You always do. You as well, sir. I do. I really like your shirt. It's got where does it be?
Oh my god.
But your shirt has little
It has little things in it. See?
I thought that was short.
Hi, I'm Allison Brie.
And I'm Joel McHale.
And subscribe to ENT TV.
It's just ENTV for all your entertainment news.
No, it's EENTV.
It's just ENTV, so whatever.
It's ENENTEVE. Unless it conflicts with anything, channel or company we work for. I'm Allison Brie.
Signing off.